So let's get to these games. I'm going to look at the most anticipated games. Some of them I care about, some of them I don't. Some of them I don't care about in the SEC anyway. Like this thing, Missouri and Central Arkansas. Missouri favored by 36.5. They will not cover that game, in my entertaining opinion. But they will win because Mizzou, they still putting some stuff up. Central Arkansas is there to get that check. That's what they think. But, them first and second quarters in these early games, I have racked up a couple of dollars on those because it's just hard to cover. You're not up to, just raring at it. Maybe Drinkwitz can surprise me, but I'm not watching this game, so nobody really cares. They should out depth those guys. They should be better conditioned. They should be able to win that game sleepwalking. So Arkansas versus Alabama A&M. Alabama A&M, why are you doing this to the program? Embarrassing the state of Alabama. They didn't even give these guys a line. They're, the only victory Alabama A&M is going to have on Saturday is going to be finding that stadium and leaving there with the athletic director leaving there with some fat pockets. And then buy them some, I don't know, something. I hope it's worth it. I have found that amongst my HBCUs, when you play these big money games, it destroys your program. Yeah. Leave that stuff to the Ball States and the Bowling Greens. Leave it to them. You don't need your program destroyed. Here we go. Next up, you got Auburn versus Baylor. Now, this is going to be an interesting game. It's going to come on right after Westlake Carroll plays such high school. Matter of fact, I think the high school game started later. Auburn is favored 2.5, 3.5. I think they win the game. I think Auburn is going to win this game. They better win this game by like 10. I know everybody say, Baylor has this. They have a quarterback. They got some other people returning, but if there's anybody that can blow this game, it'll be Alabama squad of last year or Auburn this year. Really, any of the last 5 years, to be honest. I had a question. Somebody asked a question. So it's me saying, who has the most NFL players? I don't know. Of all, most draft picks is Alabama. I'm not sure who has the most players, period. I will look into that. They putting soft games on Friday with the high school kids. I cannot confirm or deny that is indeed the case. Now, Baylor's defense is softer than a Chick-fil-A bun, but Auburn's run game should be to just run through them. We were talking about this too, like the Big 12, like we can go back and forth a little bit about the Big 10's current domination and versus the SEC. But Big 12, we discussed it. I thought the Pac-12 rather was doing better than the Big 12, but they had some exciting football in the Big 12. I will not deny. But right now, man, Baylor is about as consistent as the Texas weather. Now, coming up next is we got Florida playing Long Island next. DJ Latway, got to see if he's injured. I want to see how he throws the ball. If I can catch a clip or two of that, I'll probably check it out. The game that interests me is I want to see the guy over there at South Florida be talking all that cash money stuff. He's playing Boise State. That's going to be an interesting game. That's probably going to come on probably going to come on Jefferson Pilot slot. Do they have a Jefferson Pilot slot anymore? But Boise State is favored by 6.5, and I'm wondering, they're playing down in Florida, and I'm thinking that guy should have a team good, but I don't know. Boise State has done pretty good over the last couple years. The experts saying they're going to win it, but I just think the guy's an offensive coach. His defense has been a problem, but they played pretty tough. But Boise, when they had Genty, they were pretty good as well with him, and maybe they got another back out there that can make it happen. USF defense kind of is terrible, but I just think they may be able to go back with them tit for tat. So I'm going to go on a flyer. I'm gonna take that 6.5 and go and say that South Florida's going to pull this one out. I just don't think that's an easy call. Ole Miss versus Georgia State. Come on now. Now, if Kiffin starts Kiffining, I want Georgia State to win this game. Let's see. Georgia State what is the line? 38? Good. Golly. It would be just lovely to me to see Georgia State almost win this game. But if they could just not lose by 30, not 38, but they could lose, just don't lose by 24. It would let me know that Lane got some work to do. And if they got any work to do, it's probably going to be on defense. But every time they say Lane about to just blow somebody out, no, it's not guaranteed. That's a lot of points. He may get 36, but I wish Georgia State could pull the upset. I wish they could pull the upset. But Georgia State defense, they can't stop a volleyball from rolling down the hallway. Mississippi State, Southern Miss. Now, this is the game. I have a wager on this game. The great Nick Frazier at Water Cooler Talk Podcast, we have $50, 50 push-ups on the line. He says that Mississippi State is going to go from 2-6 to at least 6-6, making Mississippi State eligible for a bowl game. I do not believe that they are going to have a 200% increase in wins, and most of those wins have to come through SEC teams, at least 3 of them. I can't find 3 teams they're going to beat. I've been wrong before. I don't even think they're going to be able to beat Southern Miss. But I'm going to take the 12 points Southern Miss is getting, and I'm going to hope and pray that Southern Miss whoops that bookie. I mean, they got a chance. The guy was at Marshall. He did real good. He asked for like a $50 raise. They said, we ain't got $50. He said, peace. Southern Miss put some money into the program. They put some money behind him. And it's teams like Mississippi State that Southern Miss should be able to just pick off. Maybe not this year, all of them, but coming soon. But we don't know. How good a coach is this guy? I mean, this is the kind of move where he goes from winning the conference championship at Marshall. Then he comes down here off of Biscuit NIL, by the way. They didn't have NIL money, but they had this place at Marshall where you could go get biscuits, breakfast biscuits, 24 hours a day. Well, I don't know if it's a 24-hour spot, but all day long, you get all the biscuits you want if you were an athlete at Marshall. So I don't know what kind of deal he got down there. If he mess around and got biscuits and some ribs, all you can eat, maybe between 12 and 6. Well, hey, you ain't got no scholarship, you got some skills. You may want to go to Southern Miss and holler at this dude. I can see that being very advantageous to somebody. But I would love to see it upset in this game. I mean, the Bulldogs, they should make them look like a JV squad, but we don't know. We don't know. It could be a turnover fest, but I can't base it off last year. This guy ain't coming there playing. This is the kind of game where 2-3 years from now, this dude coaching at Mississippi State. Like a crazy person, but, he can move up off of doing good at Mississippi State. Now, this game I got to see. We're going to see what Deion's team is made of because Colorado is playing Georgia Tech, and I don't know if they're ready. Georgia Tech, that coach is former offensive lineman from Georgia Tech. He's hard, man. I mean, even his smiles look painful, and when he laughs, it feels like he's hitting you in your chest. Georgia Tech is favored by 3.5, but Deion got a lot of new people on that field, and if they're not careful, you don't have Travis Hunter doing these circus catches. You don't have Shedeur knowing how to manipulate the extending plays, taking 8 seconds to deliver the ball to Travis Hunter. This could get ugly because one thing they do on offense, they keep it moving. Haynes King, he is like a dark horse Heisman candidate. So they're going to need all their swagger. They're going to need all the alien powers that Deion Sanders has because Georgia Tech defense, they're going to cause chaos. They're all about chaos. Yeah, because they bring the wood. So we're going to see. We're going to see. TCU and North Carolina is a game I want to see. I just want to see what Belichick's going to do. If he's going to is his team going to try to become something like the Patriots were? Are they going to be strong on defense with a real good running game? Is his wife or his girlfriend going to be like a cheerleader maybe? Or maybe she's going to be ahead of the cheerleading squad. I think UNC will pull this game off. They're a 2.5 points favorite, but that's kind of close. But they do have home field. And then is it time? Is it time for TCU to rear their ugly ass again and come back with these whipstick of transfers that have molded together and they become a dominant team that goes back to the playoffs? Would it be embarrassing for them to lose to the Horned Frogs? No, but I don't think because I don't think much of UNC football, to be honest. But if you go in there scared because it's Belichick, they'll lose. But I don't think that's gonna happen. And TCU, they took a beating in 2023, but they got there. And they couldn't take Michigan, but maybe they can get past UNC. I mean, they say 2.5, that ain't nothing. But Belichick's going to be surgical. He's going to be the same old, emotionless, looking like he just put some bodies in his trunk type of coach. Probably when he's going to do the cutoff sleeves, or he's going to wear the full Jordan attire without cutting the sleeves off. Or maybe Michael Jordan just made him something special. Like, yeah, we know you like to rip the sleeves off right before the game, so we just made these without sleeves. And then maybe Belichick still goes off, loses his mind, and slaps Michael Jordan in the mouth. Said, "Well, I cut my own sleeves off, Mike. Don't need your help on the football field, not at all."
What are you
but I digress. About? South Carolina and Virginia Tech. We debated this one. South Carolina, they think they're playing on neutral field. South Carolina should win this game, but I don't know if they cover. South Carolina is favored by 8. But it's kind of a passion that, that's Beamer's old stomping ground. They don't want to get beat up by the old coach. I just don't think that I don't think it's going to just be an easy win. I mean, Frank Beamer is still working for the program. Is the old coach. Is Frank Beamer talking to the new coach about what his son likes to do, some tendencies? I don't think he'll rat think his own son out. Phil Fulmer probably would. But I don't think he would do that. But South Carolina's, I think the SEC pedigree will show up in this neutral site game. I think they should be able to take them out and get the victory. Let's see. Notre Dame and Miami. Notre Dame is favored by 2.5. I don't know what Carson Beck's going to do down there in Miami. I have no earthly idea. I know Notre Dame lost a lot. I do kind of silently cheer for Marcus Freeman, as I absolutely totally detest Notre Dame's football traditions and everything about it. I can't stand them. But they say, Miami have a solid defense right now. Where are they playing at? They're playing in. I really want Miami to join a conference. I'm about sick of them. I've been sick of them. I want them to join a conference. This don't make no sense. I think they're playing down in South Florida, so the Heat, if they got some heat, that may be something for them. But I know they're gonna run the ball. Notre Dame's gonna run that ball. Can that defense hold up to a strong running game? And that may just be enough to get them over the hump. As do we think that? I mean, they lost so many receivers at Miami. Does Carson Beck have anybody really that he can trust to throw the ball to? And can he execute? I mean, people never thought much of any of the quarterbacks at Georgia, but some went out and performed, and he was one of them. I still think Miami probably wins this game because Carson Beck's just going to be getting in the saddle. He won't be comfortable yet. And Notre Dame is going to be thinking in their minds, and it could be true, that they are back. They're here. Now that they got Kelly out the way. They're here. They're ready to go. So they got a coach they can believe in. So we're going to see. This one right here, Louisiana and Clemson, Louisiana State, LSU and Clemson. Woo! I'm just going to say this. Brian Kelly has lost a lot of games in week 1. Cade Klubnik and LSU got Nussmeier. They're probably the best 2 quarterbacks coming into the season. And I said this last night, whichever quarterback wins this game is probably going to be the worst quarterback in the NFL. I don't know what it is. We're just making that up. But I think Clemson defense, I think they're ready to go. I think Dabo has an experienced quarterback. I think Klubnik got better over the last 2 years. I think it's going to be too much for Kelly, but and they can lose a close game. Clemson is favored by 4, but I said, what if LSU just go out there and get just blasted and lose by like 17 or 20? Is it going to be curtains for this dude? Because I think that's an unacceptable loss based on the talent they've had, the clamoring that goes down there. I'm going to try to reach out to this guy, Mr. Dugas. I want to get him on the show before the LSU game in Alabama and talk to him about just the state of LSU program and what they're really thinking. Like I said, you got to be careful firing coaches, because if you ain't replacing them with somebody with a lot of flash and a lot of pizzazz, your recruiting gonna turn to Bookie the Boot, worse than Bookie the Boot. Let's see who we got next. But yeah, I'm taking Clemson in that one. I really got a feeling they're gonna take a beating. Like more than 10, less than 14. Because you're going into the Death Valley. They call it the real Death Valley. I don't have an opinion either way, but things like Clemson is more ready to go. But we'll see. Tennessee and Syracuse playing in Atlanta. Tennessee could lose this game. They shouldn't lose this game. I'm taking Tennessee, but I'm not taking them to cover this 13.5. Quarterback, both of them have new quarterbacks starting. Syracuse lost theirs, but the quarterback they lost, Nico, that had to be disrupt. That had to be upsetting. Not that he was being replaced by some bum, but the guy only took over really like in the spring. They lost a lot of other players there at Tennessee. Their defense. I just think Fran could actually be Coach Fran could be actually a better coach than Josh Heupel. Many people say he tried to go back to Oklahoma. I really don't think that. It sounds good, but I don't think he's trying to leave. But I think Coach Fran, we're gonna find out. I think he really can coach. I'm gonna take the points in Syracuse. I do expect Tennessee to win that game, but 13.5, I don't trust it yet. I gotta see it. Because that's saying they're gonna look better than they did with Nico or anybody else that's been there with Heupel. They're just gonna go tear him up. I don't think Syracuse is not. It ain't the Syracuse of 12 years ago. They are substantially better. So and the game we're already waiting for. I know some of y'all probably done logged off and like, man, what is he talking about? But Alabama and Florida State, they will play 3:30. Be there, be square. We're gonna beat them. If we favored by 13.5, we will win by more than 13.5. I'm thinking more like 20, 22. Florida State rebuild. They doing a rebuild from a 2-10 season. It's just cold. They keep on we rebuilding, they reload. Now that's just cold for we not ready. The Alabama quarterback room is deeper than the entire roster for Florida State. Alabama's defense is going to turn FSU's offensive line or offense into a live action horror film. Kellen DeBoer doesn't typically have to worry about rebuilding in Alabama. We are installing culture, and he's going to reload going from one season to the next, but the ammo he's going to use this year, he's not going to use like, let me learn ammunition. This year, his ammunition is going to be called ruthless. We're going to unload a lot of pain and a lot of confusion on people. They better realize that, because, I'm just telling you, FSU's biggest win this decade will be convincing people that they are still an elite team. Alabama's biggest problem is just choosing which future NFL player that we're going to start. I'm just being serious, people. Ty Simpson, that quiet storm at QB, he's waited his turn. He's unproven, but he's not a rookie. He is a former 5-star. He has sneaky athleticism, and the boy's arm is elite, as mentioned by people outside of Alabama as he went to a couple camps this year. So they said we're probably going to go with a pass-first approach, but I do think you will see that running game. I'm thinking we can get to at least a total of 2,000 yards rushing, and predominantly with the running backs this year. DeBoer and Grubb going to be calling plays. Simpson's debut will be backed by the elite defensive mind. And even though Jam Miller is out, next man up means just that. Going to take it to another level. Somebody say, "Oh yeah, it's me came back again." It's me says Baylor got a good offense. Huh. I'm not gonna say I hope so, but things could get quite interesting. So Miller was steady. Like I said, I think he had hundreds of carries, no fumbles. So they have nobody even coming close to his stability. But his absence opens up a door to more explosive backs, like Richard Young, Daniel Hill's a big back, Kevin Riley, A.K. Deere, and a veteran that we brought over in the transfer portal, Draylen Washington. They bring a high upside and fresh legs. And Miller was a solid blocker as well. But this is Alabama. Depth isn't a luxury at Alabama. Depth is not a luxury. It's a lifestyle, folks. Don't get it twisted. We have people ready to go on this team. That blue chip ratio is going to be in full effect this entire season. And I was telling people the other day, I heard I think it was Ryan Grubb say this. He said, you have to have people ready to go. We're looking to play a 17-game season. I'll leave that right there. Let that sink in for you later. That biggest strength of the offense right now is the wide receiver arsenal. You know about Ryan Williams. He's a freak. Flashes of greatness, all that stuff. Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Horton, a lethal trio. But then you still got some doggone speed merchants in the doggone room. I mean, one thing I would tell them, like, they might well go and run the IV right now for the DBs at Florida State, because you're going to be running, son. You're going to be running. We're trying to work out some things in the short yardage. We're trying to work out some things in the red zone. But even losing Milroe's legs and the top two tight ends, keep your eye on Josh Cuevas. He will have all the necessary room to become an all-SEC performer, hands down. If you don't believe me, just watch. Alabama's running game's in transition, but don't see that as some kind of vulnerability. And last year's woes, I lay it clearly at the feet of former offensive coordinator, now, what is he, tight end or quarterback coach, Slick Sheridan, who's going to be up in the booth, way away from the field, sitting next to Grubb, getting that man whatever he needs. The offensive line is stacked. It is stacked and packed, and we even got some depth there we can play with. Any, weaknesses will be short-lived because we got – come over here, sit him in. Yeah, there you go. So the key is going to be, of course, dominate the line of scrimmage. Parker Brailsford might be the best center in the country. Future top 10 draft pick, Caden Proctor. People talking about he's not as good as he's whatever.
What are you talking about?
Just, you know who I'm talking to. Send me the article that shows him not being a top 5 tackle in the NFL draft. Just do that. Good luck on your search. Cam Dewberry, he's going to be out there adding that muscle, that nastiness that we need at the other guard position. We just running behind those three on the left side. I don't know how you're going to keep them getting 4 yards. I just don't know. Simpson just settle in, we'll get the run established. Simpson can settle in, he can start delivering. And then, FSU, they're just going to cave in like they did last year and give up 28 points real quick. So we got some breakout candidates on the offense as well. You got Rico, Flash for Cash Scott, and freshman. I've been telling you about him. Go watch the film. Latsir, he gone. Brooks. I mean, look, you can just put them in 10 plays straight down the field apiece and throw it to them twice. I guarantee they score because they just run faster than everybody else, and they actually know how to catch. And not to be left out. We got Cole. Cole going to be out there getting, third down reception. He going to be right. When Jeremy come out, Cole going to go in, look for Cole Adams to get the ball. The safeties going to the defense. Keon Saw, Bray Hubbard, Ball Hawks. Ball Hawks and Kane Womack's turnover hungry scheme, finishing 5th in 2024. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 133 teams or 134 teams. I think there are 137 FBS teams this year. But we finished 5th in 2024 in turnovers. Expect aggressive play calling. Surprise contributors going to pop up from left and right. We're going to be showcasing talent. all over the place. You know what the front seven gonna do: wreak havoc and just mess with people all game long.